Look at that, silver, black, and purple. Super vibrant, super easy to install, and you're gonna learn it all right here, Leggari.com. Enjoy the video. All right, so we got our primer mixed up. You guys know the drill, dip and roll, super easy to apply. We didn't sand this or prep this at all because it doesn't really matter. We're just coating this to show you guys different techniques and colors with our products. So always roll down the middle, then I feather it out. Stuff's made to go on super thin. It dries really fast. One of the best primers on the market. We'll be able to coat this countertop. I'm going to put a fan on it. We'll be able to coat over this in a half an hour. If you don't have airflow or a fan, you're probably going to want to wait about an hour. And if you're going from a dark counter to a light counter, you might need to do 2 coats. And we send enough primer to where you can do 2 coats if you need to. And then vice versa, if you're going over a dark counter and want a light, you're probably going to need to do 2 coats. And the most critical point is this face right here. You want this face nice and pigmented. The epoxy is not going to go on this edge right here as thick as the top. So if anything else, if you can't do another coat on the top, at least do another coat on your face right here. You might need to get a brush to get up in that corner. I'm just pressing really hard and tilting the roller to get that edge coated. So I'm rolling this stuff out really thin. You don't want like thick edges or anything. Just roll this stuff out really thin. Like I said, if you got to do another coat, you'll have enough material to do that with your kit. But awesome material, it pigments really well. I mean, this is going on really thin and you can't even tell what's under it right now. And if you're going to do another coat, wait about a half an hour. Let that start setting up. It'll get sticky and then you'll be able to go over it again. If you go over it too soon, it'll start to pull up the first coat and it won't cover very good. So you want it to let it start setting up before you do that second coat. All right, we're ready to do the metallic epoxy coat. I've got my products mixed up and I'm not gonna do a base coat on everything. I'm gonna kind of dump out random colors everywhere. And then instead of using a squeegee, I'm just gonna roll it around with the roller and it'll create another cool look. Super easy to do. So I've got all my product mixed up here. And if you're doing it like this, make sure you get it out of the bucket quick. Don't go take a smoke break after you mix it. So we're gonna start with the majority of it, which is gonna be black. So I'm just gonna, again guys, pour out random stuff here all over the counter. So if you pour too much out in one area, just take a squeegee or whatever, paint stick, just scoop some back up. a really forgiving product, guys. I mean, I'm gonna scoop random puddles up. Now that I kind of push them to the edge, I'm just gonna kind of push them random throughout the counter. You just kind of go with whatever's happening on your project. And this product's gonna look amazing when we're done. Now I'm gonna pour a little bit out back here. Get a little more over here, maybe some back here. We'll set this down in the plastic. Since I kind of spread it out a little already, I'll do the same thing, just in some random spots. Kind of push some to the edge like I did. Okay. Again, you don't want it perfect everywhere. You want it to look all kind of random. All right, now they got the black out. Now I'm gonna do the silver. Kind of the same thing. But I'm just gonna pour a little bit out everywhere to make sure I have enough all over the counter. And then I'll go back and add some if I need to. I just want to make sure I get everything everywhere so I don't have to scoop it back up and move it around. There's some awesome colors, black and silver. Now we're going to do the purple, same thing. Just pour them in between spots that aren't hit yet. Get some on the edge here. Color on the back. See, now I'm going back and just hitting other spots. Some in the middle out here. Now you can see that we got some dripping off, so I'm just going to take that squeegee again and just throw it back up there. We don't want to run it off the edge yet. Any spots that are dripping, just going to kind of push it back. No point in just letting it drip off. It's just going to run off onto the plastic. So I showed you guys what you can do with the squeegee. Super easy. So I'll just do the paint roller now on this. I'm just going to kind of swirl it around, level out everything, and then once about a couple hours later, the counter will level out, start marbleizing. The colors will come back to the surface. So I'm gonna pick a spot where I know is thick, probably right here, and I'm gonna get this roller saturated. We've already de-shedded the roller with the tape, so we shouldn't get a lot of hairs in it. Just get this soaked up really good. Not blending any colors yet. Now all we're gonna do is just start moving this product around until the roller's not sticky, sounding sticky. We're gonna go right up to the edges. And the more you guys blend this, the more subtle the colors will be as far as each color. But notice I'm going random directions. We just want to hear a nice quiet roller. That means we got a thick coat everywhere. And then since we're doing it like this, you're going to want to just roll your edges as you go, because you're not going to want to come back and swirl the top. So as we get a little bit of the counter done, we'll come back and just roll it on the edge. And that material will start flowing over that edge. Just get a nice thin coat on there because it's going to start dripping. before you guys comment. We know some of you are gonna like it without swirling it. Again, we're just showing you guys techniques, different ways you can use our product. You see how it sounds sticky? That means it's thin there, so get a little material pushed on that edge. But keep in mind, this material will start flowing over this edge, and it'll bring the colors with it, and these edges will start looking really cool. You don't have to have a perfect amount poured out everywhere because this stuff self-levels. It's doing all the work for you. As you can see, this looked like we had no clue what we're doing. And pretty soon, it's gonna look amazing. So all my edges are hit now. That's gonna let the material flow. Like, come get a close up here. You can see the material starting to flow over and bring the color with it. Same thing right here. These edges are gonna look really cool here in about half an hour, 45 minutes. This top, all the swirl lines are gonna go away. It's gonna look marbleized. Like I said before, the product does all your work. All you need to do is dump it out and roll it around, and then just let it flow out. Then you can come back and just look, make sure you've hit every spot. And again, you can swirl it more if you want to blend the colors more to create a more subtle look. That you can do that, that's an option. Well, we're not, we're just gonna leave it like it is. And we'll show you guys after it all levels out. So another trick, you guys, when you're done with these, you can pour them out on the upside down in case you need some color for your edges. Let those drain out on the floor. Same thing with this one. Make sure you got plastic down, obviously, and don't. I usually do this where the oven is, so I'm not stepping in it. But just in case we need to add some color to random spots on the edges, we can dip a paintbrush in it, dip a roller in it, and kind of swirl some color on these faces. But usually the material will flow over and look, the faces and edges look awesome. All right, so it's been about an hour. The colors are marbleized, blending. They're still moving and flowing, so that's why we call these a living resin, living counters, living floors. And you can see our edges have flowed over. They're looking really good. They actually look awesome, so we don't need to use the product here, but like I said, look, if you guys had to get some colors on some spots, you could dip your brush or roller, and you can kind of add them here and there. And it just depends. If you guys do them how we show you, the material will flow over the edge and they'll look awesome just like this. So now, since it's starting to get sticky and set up, we're gonna take our paint stick and just scrape off the bottom drips. That way we don't have to sand them. And you're still gonna have to do it again, probably one more time in another half an hour or so. You'll need to do this again. But after that, it should be sticky enough to where it doesn't drip at all. You can see how gooey and sticky that's getting. It's like a paste. When we started, it was like a fluid material, almost like water. So there's that, guys. Check it out. I mean, we didn't spray anything on here. We don't have any bubbles. We didn't have to torch it. That's what you can expect when you use a quality resin. It's an industrial grade product. Super easy to install. Pretty simple technique, and like I said, the product does all the work for you. You saw it. We kind of just dumped this stuff out randomly. It kind of looked like we didn't know what we were doing, and that's the cool part, is you don't need to know what you're doing. Get the product out, move it around, roll it out, brush it out, however you want to do it, and just walk away. Let it do its thing. It's gonna flow and level, and then you're gonna have an awesome countertop that looks like this. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're always posting new footage, and also follow us on our social media page. We're always posting customer installs there. You can see some really cool projects. And if you guys have some ideas for new projects, let us know below in the comments. Share this video, help us get the word out, and remember, Leggari.com has you covered.